we are skipping to section 9.6. So we skipped over 9.5. 9.6 is the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula finds solutions when the quadratic is in standard form. So, I've always written standard form. I keep telling you standard form. Standard form looks like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c. And just like we did for factoring, it has to be set equal to 0. So we move everything over. We make sure it's in that order. Right? There is a reason I asked you to use A, B, and C. I've said it over and over and over, even last chapter, right? Chapter before, ax squared plus bx plus c. It's because we were leading up to this very moment. Quadratic formula. And don't panic when you see it. It's actually way easier than it sounds. Okay? It is negative b plus and minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay. Oh, hold on. This is the formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those three numbers that we have in our quadratic, and we're just going to plug them in. And we're going to type in our calculator, and we're going to get a couple answers. It's that easy. Well, we have a positive one, and we have a negative one. Here's your both. Two solutions where it crosses the x-axis, right? A couple solutions. Not that bad. Here we go. So, example number 1. I'm going to ask you to solve. And we are going to start with, let's start with something really easy. How about 2x squared minus 10x plus 12 equals 0. All right. So if you look here, this is my ax squared, bx, and c. What I really like to see you do is to go over on the side and say, okay, my a is 2, b equals negative 10, and c equals 12. Then you don't have to look at that equation anymore. It's just all right there for you. So now we're going to plug everything into this equation. So I have negative b, which is negative 10, right, plus and minus the square root of b squared, or negative 10 squared, and of course anytime we put a value in for a variable, we put parentheses around it, minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. Any questions? I just plug that in. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you simplify this right here. I'm going to have you go to your calculator. All right? And I want you to put in the square root of parenthesis negative 10 parenthesis squared minus 4 times 2 times 12, all underneath the square root. What'd you get? All right. So this whole thing came out to be 2, right? So what we have is, first we have a negative sandwich in the front. So I have 10 plus and minus 2 over 4. All right, now, technically that's 2 separate equations. Let's talk about those 2. The first one is what I call the high road. It's 10 plus 2 divided by 4. And then I have the low road, 10 minus 2 divided by 4. 10 plus 2 is 12, divided by 4 equals 3. 10 minus 2 is 8, divided by 4 equals 2. All right, so the whole idea is you're going to plug it into this equation, you simplify the square root part, and then you have two different equations or two different values you got to find. Okay? Really isn't that bad. Let's try another one. All right, example number 2. So this is exactly what you are doing for, let's do 8 through 14 first. Use the quadratic formula to solve. And let's go with 4x squared plus 7x minus 15 equals 0. So again, I'm going to remind you this is my A, my B, and my C. So on your homework, I would really like to see you have A equals 4, B equals 7, and C equals negative 15. Now we're going to plug it into our equation. We have negative B plus n minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2A. All right, so we're going to have negative 7 plus and minus. We're going to go to our calculator and type in the square root, square root of 7 squared minus 4 times negative 15. What did you guys get? 17? Perfect. Okay. All right. So again, we have two things we're answering here. We have negative 7 plus 17 divided by 8. And I have negative 7 minus 17 divided by 8. I'm going to write them separate just so you guys can see it. You don't have to, as long as you calculate them both. So negative 7 minus 17 divided by 8. Oh, sorry, plus 17. I'll do that one first, top one. Negative 7 plus 17 is 10. 10 divided by 8 is 5 over 4. Then I do negative 7 minus 17 divided by 8. Negative 7 minus 17 is negative 24. Divided by 8 is negative 3. And again, what do those two answers mean? Very good, where it crosses the x-axis. So questions so far? No questions? I'm going to recommend when we get to the homework that you just put the formula at the top of your page so you have it the whole time, right? Eventually you're going to remember it, but I will give it to you for the test next Thursday just in case. Sample number 3. Sample 3. This, we're going to do 16 through 22. Solve. And to the nearest hundredth. Which means we're going to have some decimals, aren't we? Yeah. Welcome. let's go with 2x squared minus 16x equals negative 25. Before I can put it into A, B, and C, the whole thing has to be set equal to what? So we have to add 25 over. So I have 2x squared minus 16x plus 25 equals 0. So what is my A value here? Good. What is my B value? Excellent. And what is my C value? Perfect. Now we're going to put it into that wonderful formula again. We have negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. All right, we're going to start here. Negative 16 is positive 16. Plus and minus. Go ahead and we go to our calculator. We're going to type that in again. Beautiful. Divided by 4, right? And again, we have two things here. We have 16 plus 7.483 divided by 4. And we have 16 minus 7.483 divided by 4. First one, make sure everybody can put these in your calculator, okay? Remember that after you put in 16 plus 7.483, you have to hit enter before you divide by 4. Or you have to put parentheses around the whole top, because your calculator is not as smart as you are. If you don't, you're only dividing the 7 by 4, not the whole top. Okay? Good. 5.87 is our first answer. All right, let's find the next one. This one I got 2.13 if we're rounding. Yes. Well, not everything's going to factor today. Obviously, if it comes out to be a decimal, this is going to work. Okay? Trust me, once you start doing this one, you're going to end up liking this one the best. Yeah. All right. Questions so far, you guys? Give me any kind of question. Yes. We have to do this. Yes. Huh? Yes. Yes. Yes, Tony. All right, so do we need more examples like this before I go to the second thing I have to talk about? Okay. Last thing I need to talk about then is what we call the discriminant. The discriminant is that part that is underneath the square root, the b squared minus 4ac. If when you do b squared minus 4ac, you get a number greater than 0, this is going to have two solutions. If when you do b squared minus 4ac, and it equals 0, you have one solution. And if you do b squared minus 4ac, and it's less than 0, or you get a negative number, This is no real solution. So here's example number 4. And this is 30 through 34. Find the number of solutions. And if I give you, let's go, x squared plus 7x plus 9 equals 0. All right, so a equals 1, b equals 7, and c equals 9. So we do b squared, or 7 squared, minus 4 times a times c. So this is 49 minus 36 equals 13. Is that positive, equal to 0, or negative? Since it's positive, we have 2 solutions. All right, let's do one more in this section real quick. Let's say I have negative 3x squared plus x plus 9 equals 0. A equals negative 3, b equals 1, and c equals 9. So I have b squared minus 4 times a times c. So this is 1. Negative 4 times negative 3 times 9 is plus 108. I think I did that right in my head. Which is 109. Is this positive, equal to 0, or negative? There are 2 solutions. That's all you have to do for the last 4. That's it. Any questions? James next, gonna hurt him.